Surely, probably everyone thinks you're going to kneel it out and in the game. We wanted to get Jamaal a touchdown. It really was on us at the end of the day that it didn't happen before now. That's very unfortunate. But the type of teammate and person and how he worked and the things that went unnoticed for this offense but were vital that he did, we felt like was too important. And guys on the field just wanted to see him score, wanted to give him that moment if we could. And so that's what we decided to do.
But kind of overriding the coach, so to say, do you understand where people would say that kind of looks like a disconnect?
Yeah, I do see that 100%. Yeah, I 100% see that. I know that how that looks and how that comes off, and I think it was the people in that huddle that made that decision, and you surely can say that was a short-sighted decision. I see that too. I hear that argument, and that's a valid argument. But in that moment, I think the people on the field felt the most important thing was to let Jamaal score or try to score.
Yeah, I was going to say you could probably lead into that and say that maybe there's a fracture, that it shows that maybe there is something bigger that needs to be fixed. Would that be an argument, or do you think that was just an isolated incident?
I think this incident brings up many valid arguments. I think you have to hear them all and understand, and I think as a player in the huddle, you have to ask yourself, is that the case, or is this just an incident of we're trying to do something for our teammate? And I think that's what it was, and I think the formation wasn't meant to be a trick type of situation, even though I do know that's what it looked like. I think that was more of a matter of the time on the clock and the situation, what was trying to get ran. Yeah, it's definitely valid, and I think for my opinion on it would just be that it was a decision made very quickly. It was a very emotional decision because we were just trying to do something for our teammate and friend, and hopefully give him a moment of satisfaction that we feel like he didn't have. And I think that's what that decision was. It was an emotional one, made in 30 seconds.
James, I just want to be clear though. You're saying valid argument. You're not saying it's valid. There could be a division in the locker room.
No. And I'm definitely saying that the decision wasn't. I don't think the decision to run that play was thought of as I don't care what someone else told us to do. To be honest with you, I don't think that was a thought at all. I think that the decision was, hey, Jamaal's a great player, a great teammate, and that's why the decision was made to hand him the ball. It wasn't meant in any way to undermine or overrule anybody on the field or on the sideline, even though that is exactly what it was. But yeah, I wasn't inferring any sort of division or anything like that. No, definitely not. Definitely not any sort of mutiny or any other word. No, not inferring that at all. I think from a player's perspective that was in the huddle, it was just about Jamaal.
Do you think that is overshadowed, like a good performance that could be used as a positive going into the off season because this has become the focal point of what happened?
Yeah. I mean, definitely. It's gonna, people want to ask a lot of questions, rightfully so. It was a big moment, and big moment for a team and a big game where all we had to do was win. But I think instead of just celebrating the win, it's going to bring about a lot more questions and have people wondering.
Is there a bit of a too little, too late feeling with the way that you guys might spark in the back end of the season, but still make the play?
Definitely so. Inconsistency, like I said earlier, was kind of our biggest killer, and I think you can be excited about how the season ended, the run that we went on, the games that we were able to play well in. But yes, it was too little, too late, and as you see, when it's out of your hands, there's nothing you can do about it. So we could have won by 100 points, but that doesn't matter. It's not going to get you in the playoffs in that scenario.
You got here kind of at the tail end of one regime, and winning cures all, but you've seen a new regime now. Do you think culturally this is still like a place that can win championships?
Yeah, I think there's definitely something that has changed, and it probably, to me, it feels more of like a drift of a change than an intentional taking a turn the other direction. I think most of the things that were in place when I got here are still here. And, I think that's the challenge of Mickey, the challenge of DA, and the challenge of the players to figure out, what's missing or what changed or what have we become too content? Are we taking things for granted? Those are the questions you have to ask yourself. And it starts with the player, but I think at every level, that's the type of people in this building, top to bottom. Those are the questions they'll ask and be tough on themselves and find those answers.
How do you hope things work out for you? Obviously, this has become a home for you.
Yeah. I absolutely love it here. Definitely revived my love for the game. I had some difficult situations in Baltimore, and that's how I ended up here. But the fact that they took a chance on me, thought I could help the team, and then being in a position to play and start a lot of games, different positions, has just been incredible. And my wife and I both, we love this place. We feel loved by the Saints as a teammate, from the front office to the coaches. Everyone just feel very respected, and that's a huge blessing. So obviously, I hope to be here as long as I can, as long as the team wants me, as long as my body will allow it, because we really love it here.
When you review your tape, do you like your performances at left guard better or left tackle better?
Man, ask me that in a week. There's a big portion of it. It's very hard in the moment. I'll say, when you play a game on Sunday and then Sunday night you watch the tape, it's hard to capture your performance as a whole on the season. There's definitely some time away that you need to, one, just allow yourself to have a fresh eye when you watch the film and try not to watch it with any sort of bias, but watch it as if you were studying an opponent. I think that's the best way to do it. So that'll take some time to kind of go through that. Felt like my performance was solid. I do think it got better as the year went on, which is that's what you always want, to get better every single week and be better than you were in week one.